Hello and welcome to Warblog. This game is called Tasil, and it's set in the sort of corner squidgy bit of Syria, down near Jordan and the Golan Heights. It's it's sort of interesting. Every time I start a video, I seem to get this sort of strange cough. Yeah. So it's. But what you'll notice is that all the counters look the same. That's all done is deliberately, but not actively deliberately. Sort of laziness deliberately. As you can see, I created these new ones, which are the Hayat Tanrir Al-Sham units. But I already had these, and I couldn't be bothered to add the little sort of greyish stripe. So they are Jabhat Fatah Al-Sham, and these ones are the Hara Asham. So you've got to sort of look at the notation, and essentially they are versus the Khalid ibn al-Walid army, which start here, move out and take all these provinces. So you've got all these sort of strange forces that you've never heard of fighting each other. Who needs ISIS? And you've got all these other people. I mean, and they're all black counters, that is. So I'm just going to do it. I have no idea what the balance is like. We've got 3 irregulars in our immediate vicinity. As far as I can get. Okay, well, let's see what we can do here. 0.15. 1.45. 1.5. Artillery is a good way to get rid of the irregular units. DE, but he just retreated there. So we forced them back. But because they're irregulars, they just retreated even though I got a DE on them. Okay, so I'm a bit like that sometimes. I like to make it difficult. You actually got to look. I mean, if you're paying attention, it shouldn't be a problem, and you have to pay attention. They're clearly different counters. They don't look the same at all. Okay, well let's let's just see how effective. Still got some movement. Let's see how effective regular attack is against this. Now they should go up to 5. It's been so long now I can't really remember. And they're worth 2, so it should be a 2 to 1. Two to 1, 5 versus 2 in exchange. That's the power of the irregulars, because what they're doing, they're essentially, you know, if there's a little mountain, well, you know, a little pass there, a little desert pass or bridge, or you know, they're basically carried out a sort of subterfuge attack. You know, if they counter-attack, they'll be at 2 to 1, so they're not going to be very good at defending themselves. But you know, they've been sort of creeping about in the bushes and things like that, laying ambushes, and you know, that's a motorised unit, so probably firing a few rocket launchers at it and then running away. They took 1 depression. They took 1 depression. Okay. They don't get that bonus though if the stack they're fighting, is it the stack or the units? I can never remember. Basically, if you're stacked up against 5, you don't get it, or more than 5. So this is a stack of 4. Let me just reload that. That is a stack of 2, 3, 4, 5. So they wouldn't get that 5. Or they might have to be over 5. I don't know. 0.75. Okay. Okay, let's fire some artillery into that. Huh. 1. 0.95, 0.4. That's rockets actually, isn't it? Okay. So it's now the Cali. I'm also sure that South Front and other sites regularly misspell the names. Because I had this, I'm pretty sure it's this, Ara Asham units, and they're actually in my directory called Ara Asham or something, Arash Asham or something, you know, little things like that. So I've used the same ones. Okay. I wonder how strictly they they acknowledge or adhere to or respect the borders like this, because we can have a line quite nicely like that, assuming they can't go into the Golan Heights or Jordan, because otherwise they could just slip around there. I don't know how strong that is, so I assume that they'd go through the border. I don't know why they just come from this little stack here. It's like an embryonic army. Oh. There's nothing wrong with me really. I don't know what sort of slight bout of plague or something. Okay, well that's a stack of 5. See, if that was 4, I could go for that with 1 to 1. But with a 5, I'll be at 1 to 5, and this no good. Okay. Well, let's fire all our artillery into that. Look at all that. All gamer's dream. Lots of counters. Okay, 0.75, 1.4. That's okay. Okay. We're doing them separately because it just seems to be more effective. So we can have a little all gamers ply. Look at that nice 2.6. How much is this? 3.4, 1.4, 2.1, 1, 2.2, and then just send everyone in there. See what happens. Ha! 7 to 1 DE with a die roll of 8. I wasn't expecting that. .5 movement, so we can get him in there. Or him. Okay, well that's that. So we have it, our front line now looks like that. You have to be astute to figure this out. Okay, so what can they do about that? Well, to be quite honest, that's pretty much it, isn't it? They lost a lot of units in that battle. Well, let's attack that again. Two to 1 in exchange. So the irregulars are pinning this unit down. Okay, so we've got 2 strength in there. So let's see what happens if we just go 1 to 1 on there. So this should be a 5 versus 2. 4.5 because they're attrition, so still a 2 to 1 and a DR. So the irregulars have hit a stronger unit and retreated them both in these directions. Now they've lost their artillery, or their rockets. So this is pretty much it. I mean, this is their last stand, and there's 2, 4, 6 in there, so they're not going to get their up. So it's going to be about a 1 to 1, if that. 2 to 1 and exchange. Now that's the 15 minutes up. I'm not going to do any more, so I'm off to bed to cure my cough. I'll speak to you later. Cheers, mate.